Our final guest today first came to the nation's attention after she became one of Britain's most popular Page 3 models. Since then, she's made a name for herself on the celebrity circuit with appearances on I'm a Celebrity and more recently on her own show alongside hubby Peter Andre. Katie and Peter Unleashed.
Still to come, me and Peter will be acting up in this week's Host with the Most Challenge. Hold on, where is Pete? Peter, I've told you about this. Just get over here. You haven't got Parkinson's job and do it properly. We haven't got all night, seriously.
Can we do it properly?
No, I'm not mucking about, Pete. Just do it properly. Keep showing off, you're not getting the job.
Ooh, she's here today to tell all about her latest book, Jordan Pushed to the Limit. Please welcome Katie Price. You're right. I got warned. They said, when you come on, don't kiss the girls, you know, because of makeup. I said, don't worry, I won't kiss them either because of my makeup.
So are you Katie today or Jordan?
Whatever, I don't mind. What questions have you got?
Hey, where should we start?
Talk about anything.
It's your third instalment of your autobiography.
Yes.
You're 29.
Yeah, well, it's not really an autobiography, it's more like a diary, but they still call it autobiography. So, yeah, this one was done like 2.5 years ago, up till about 6 months ago.
And this was sort of covering sort of a bit of a darker chapter for you, wasn't it? It was sort of, you know, when you had problems through pregnancy and postnatal depression.
Bad. This book, I mean, it's a good read for someone who was probably depressed, because I was so depressed, and it shows how I sort of come out of that, and then more tragics happened, like my nan died, then Harvey's accident, my miscarriage, and Pete's meningitis. But then I had the baby, then it was happy.
So everything's good now?
Everything's good. I wish that we could have done a few more chapters on, like, how I've been now, because I'm completely different to what I was in the beginning of the book.
So do you write it all down every day? Is that how you do it?
I'm going to do it monthly from now. I've already started the 4th one, which will be out in 2 years, but I've got to promote this one.
Do you actually write it, though, or do you have a ghostwriter?
No, I'm talking to a dictaphone. She goes away, writes it, and then comes back with the chapter and I go through it. So.
But you have completely changed, haven't you? Because you've got a new nose.
Yeah, new nose.
And you've had your things reduced.
And a new hairstyle.
New hair, new dark hair.
But I must say, with my nose, it's not something I really needed doing, but it's something that bothered me. So while I was in America, I know you lot think I'm nuts, but I am nuts.
But that's why we love you.
Yes. I said to the surgeon, because he's one of the guys on Extreme Makeovers, I said, if you could change anything about me, I was standing there in my knickers and bra. I thought he might say, yeah, you could have a bit of lipo, this and that. And he said, I'll change your nose, because I'm a perfectionist. He said, it's a little bit wide, which I didn't mind, because it's quite like a lion. I said, OK, while I'm asleep, do what you need to do.
Oh, do you think...
like that. So what they've done, they've curved it.
To be honest.
It's much smaller, isn't it?
Well, it's a bit more...
slightly.
Yeah, but could you ever... I mean, you're obviously very used to having plastic surgery now, and it's not something that you're fearful about. And you're young enough now...
But there's a limit.
But there is a limit, isn't there?
Yeah,
And there is
definitely.
that line as well, because you're only, what, 29?
29.
But I think the problem is, and you probably saw it, I'm sure, firsthand in LA, I know I saw a lot of it, is when women age and they try and use cosmetic surgery to sort of try and hold on to youth, and that's when it starts looking a bit grotesque.
What people have got to remember is we all grow old, we all get wrinkles. Now, in LA, I agree, so many women look the same because they're all like this, and it's not attractive. Yeah, I've had my nose done.
Are you going to stop though now?
Yes, well, for the minute. If it's good enough for my...
For now?
No, if it's good enough for my mum, it's good enough for me.
So how many operations is that altogether, then?
Well, it'd be 5.
5?
Yeah.
But, you know, you were quoted as saying, you know, to kids or girls now, just stay natural because look what I've had to go through. But, you know, those girls look at you and think, look what you've done with your life and look how much money you've made.
Stay natural. I mean, personally, I wanted fake boobs. So, yeah, I think natural can be nice, and I think if some people have surgery, they can look nice, but there's, you know, too much. And...
But are you worried, though, if they take them away, that's you gone, isn't it, really? I mean... not
really.
Not really, but I mean, you know what I mean?
I mean, my job's not my boobs anymore, anyway. You know, I started off as a page girl, and I was completely natural and successful. Yeah, I've always wanted a boob job, I had it done, but there is more to me than just boobs.
So what was the deciding factor for you then, Katie, in deciding, OK, you know, these are sort of served their purpose. I want to reduce them down to sort of a more regular size. Why? What made you change?
Because they were like 9 years old. I've had 3 kids, and even if you've got natural boobs, they sag. And mine did sag. And
I've done 40-odd years old and doing all right.
But I've done the spoon test. Now, I've done the spoon test, and they held the spoon, so I thought
what, how do you do the spoon test?
Well, you get the spoon, hold it exactly, and I wanted mine up.
You wanted them.
So.
Now you've obviously just had your baby daughter. Tell me how I pronounce her name.
Princess Tiami.
Princess Tiami, and she's how old now?
7 months.
And do you find it's a different experience as a mum having a daughter than boys? Because, and do you, there's a sense of responsibility about this example you want to set for her?
It's completely different, because I had Harvey and he was special needs, and to me he was normal. So when I had Junior, I had postnatal depression, but he was normal and I wasn't used to normal, even though what is normal. But then I had Princess, no postnatal depression, and a girl. So I've had different experiences with all 3. So the next
Do you treat
kids
her differently, though, because she's a girl? Are you glad?
I treat them all the same. They all have the same amount of love, but they all need different needs, if that makes sense.
But you love the pink, though,
I do love the pink.
You all got pink on.
Do you know, I thought... I know, because my hair's dark, and I thought everyone at the moment, because it's cold and boring, everyone wears black, and that, no offence, but I thought I put a bright... But, you know, I like
just jealous now, because mine are bigger.
You did have a pink Bentley, didn't you, at one time?
No, I ordered a pink DB9, and then I had an Aston Martin for 2 weeks, didn't like it, but I don't want to sound flash or anything, it doesn't really matter to say. No, I don't need to.
The thing about your life is that we all know so much about it, because for a long time now you've had cameras following you constantly. They're here today with you. They follow you everywhere. What effect do you think that has on your life, on your relationships, on your kids, you know, to sort of have that open book of a life?
Well, it is an open book, but there's still a lot of things people don't know about us. Like in the house, I only let them film in 3 rooms. And I've been doing this job since I was 17 in the public eye. So it's down to you guys that have made me where I am, so I don't care sharing it. And I think I'm a role model in some ways for some women who have got special need kids. The depression thing now, I'm open about talking about surgery. I can admit when something's wrong, stupid. And I just feel I can help people out there. Well, I'm not saying I'm some agony aunt. Well, I am actually in a magazine.
You are. Where do you see yourself in, like, 20 years' time?
20 years' time, I would have had, hopefully, another 4 kids. I would have adopted. Yeah, definitely. The more kids, the better. I don't want to grow old with no one around me. I want all grandkids, my kids. I have an agency, have more endorsements out, and I'll probably look a lot younger than what I do now. But, yeah.
And you'll still be with Pete, of course.
Definitely. I know, all these magazines so annoy me. Look, I haven't got my wedding rings on again today. Does that mean, oh, my God, I'm splitting up with him? It really does annoy me, because they write such rubbish about me and Pete. We're so not splitting up. We're not arguing. It's just... let us get on with our life.
But that clip we saw there, you know, that was kind of comedic, obviously, it was written. But, you know, sometimes you are pretty awful to him in public, aren't you?
I'm awful to him.
But you are. You pick on him all the time.
I
and
do.
People just, you know, they think you're being, you know, this bossy, controlling
But he picks on me too. You know, I know that when he says no, he means no. But he knows where the door is if he doesn't like it. You know.
It's true. We were talking earlier about the art of seduction.
Yeah.
Do you think you're a naturally good... I mean, we know that you're beautiful and glamorous in the public eye, but sort of when it's behind closed doors, just the 2 of you, are you a good seductress, do you think?
Well, when I had depression, I wasn't, because he had nothing, absolute nothing. He's lucky if he touched feet. And it's all coming back now, so... You know, I am human as well. I went through a period where I didn't want sex or anything because of the depression pills I was on. But even though to the public I probably look like this sex object, but he never got it. So.
And what are your plans for Valentine's Day, apart from your book being out, of course?
Yeah, my book's out on Valentine's Day, and the baby has injections, and that's it, I'm afraid. No romance. No romance. Unless he's got a surprise. A cooked dinner for me or something would be nice.
We did hear a rumour that you were going to give him for Valentine's Day or a birthday or something, a plaster cast of your figure.
I think someone's trying to get PR, because he's got the real thing. Why does he want a plaster cast?
That's true.
Actually, talking of that, he has got my implants in the safe if he wants to play with them. I'm selling them on the internet. Well, why not? It's like there'll be some nutter out there who'll buy them, and I should give some of the money to charity. And why not? It's better than
Probably
being in
my
safe.
husband.
Listen, best of luck with the book.
Thank you very
won't need
much.
it. Push to the Limit is the name of it. It's
Yeah.
out tomorrow. Katie
Thank
Price,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.